Hey everybody, welcome to the Puck Drops here again. We're going to do another video. We're nearing our end of the teams that are not currently in playoff mode. When those teams lose, we'll do our grading videos immediately. This is the Vegas Golden Knights, a team that was in the playoffs and lost to the San Jose Sharks in just of the Bruins game as it comes along. We have the Bruins Blue Jackets puck dropping just now. So anything with that, that'll be good. We grade, of course, the players, we grade the teams, we grade the positions and such. The Vegas Golden Knights. Let's look. So defending conference champs came in a year where they needed to form some type of win and some type of thing for the Vegas Golden Knights. Of course, they started their season with 43, 32, and 7, 93 points, which is third in the Pacific Division for Vegas. You look at the rosters, of course, and the centers. Center Ryan Carpenter, former Capital draft pick. He has played in 68 games this year, scoring 5 goals, 13 assists, 18 points. He was on the Cup Finals team last year and was a decent player. Cody Eakin, who is the controversial man in Game 7 for the cross-check that was called a major penalty on Joe Pavelski, which resulted in the 4 San Jose goals after being down 3-0. The 27-year-old center played in 78 games, scoring 22 goals, tallying 19 assists, and gathering 41 points, which I would say would have been big for Eakin as well. And that is a good amount for a player that was only drafted as a smaller guy. Eric Halla, the former star, 28-year-old player, 15 games played in the National Hockey League in the regular season, 2 goals, 5 assists, 7 points. He was injured for a long time. Halla's numbers we're going to have to get up. The undeniable talent in William Karlsson, the 26-year-older from last year, he ended up playing well. Did Karlsson? The point and record on Karlsson was every single game played, 24 goals, 32 assists, 56 points. Great amount for him. Not as many goals scored, but just a really good amount there where it was. So the assists were at a good point. And so was for Karlsson. The Bruins game hasn't started yet. The Bruins are just about to skate onto the ice. For warm-up, Jonathan Marchessault, 28-year-old center from the Florida Panthers that went 2 years ago in the expansion draft to the Vegas Golden Knights. He plays every single game in the regular season, scoring 25 goals, tallying 34 assists, and gathering 59 points. That's a really good amount for Marchessault, why they brought him in. Brandon Peary, a young talented center, played in 31 games this regular season, scoring 12 goals, 6 assists, 18 points. Decent amount for him as well. Paul Stastny, the former Blue, Av, and Jet, comes in for the Vegas Golden Knights, a 33-year-old guy, and he played in 50 games this regular season, scoring 13 goals and 29 assists, 42 points, and another good amount for him. And that's the centers. The center depth is not at an extreme level, but it's at a good, decent level. I would put them at a 2.7. And it's I think they did really well this year, but the point totals weren't as high as last year, which is why they didn't finish as high. But I think they're still a great team, great young team. The take on for the centers. Oh, also, we forgot to talk about Pierre-Edouard Bellemare, French center had 76 games played, 6 goals and 9 assists, 15 points. Again, not great production. For the wingers, you look at William Carrier. Carrier, a 24-year-old stud. He played 54 games this regular season, scoring 8 goals, 1 assist, and 9 points. The fact that he only had 1 assist is something that needs to be changed for Carrier. Not saying he's a selfish player, but just the way the year ended up. Nikita Gusev was a 26-year-old rookie that was listed on the roster, but was always scratched and did not play a single minute. Tomas Nosek, a 26-year-old winger, 68 games played, 8 goals scored, 9 assists, and 17 points for Nosek, which was a good amount for Nosek, and I really like that. I just got word, which you may have already known from the Blue Jackets Bruins game, that they are admiring and remembering Red Kelly, the great Maple Leaf and Red Wing. Yes, rest in peace to him, and we send everyone here, the puck drops here. Um, we really send all of our great wishes and our love to the family. Hopefully, that goes well with that. So from Nosek back to the wingers, look at Max Pacioretty, the former Canadian top draft pick, a 30-year-older, 6'2" big guy. He played 66 games this year, scored 22 goals, got 16 assists for 40 points. That's a good amount for Patch. And now you take a look at ex-Blue and Penguin Ryan Reeves. Big Ryan Reeves, 32-year-old winger from Winnipeg. 80 games played this regular season, 9 goals, 11 assists, 20 points. He's more of an enforcer type forward, but he can score, and he did score at will at a good amount. Riley Smith, the former Panther, a 28-year-old forward for the Vegas Golden Knights, playing in 74 games this year, 19 goals, 34 assists, 53 points. That was a really great year for Smith. And the former Senator, he was traded in the trade deadline. Mark Stone, 26-year-older, played in 77 games this year, scoring 33 goals, tallying 40 assists and 73 points. If any of you are wondering about the Bruins matchup with the Columbus Blue Jackets, they're currently on the Anthem. The Alex Tuck, who was an integral part of the Stanley Cup final team last year, the 22-year-older played 74 games this season, scoring 20 goals, 32 assists, 52 points. A good amount. I think yes, one more. I forgot, of course. Valentin Zykov. Zykov, 23-year-older, played 28 games, scoring 2 goals, 3 assists, 5 points. I will give the Wingers a 3.0. I think they had awesome production, and they were the best part of the team, but just unsuccessfully were able to win it in overtime and get to the second round. On defensively, the leader of this team, there is no captain, but the pure leader of this Vegas team, Vegas native and ex-Penguin Derek Engelland, defenseman, 37-year-older. He's been in the league for a long time. He played 74 games this season, scoring 2 goals, tallying 10 assists and 12 points. He's not a goal scorer, obviously, as a defenseman, but he's a leader. He's a defensive guy. He can hit. He can play the puck. He can shoot the puck, and it was a great job by him. Nick Holden, former Ranger. 61 games played for Holden. 3 goals, 12 assists, 15 points. A good amount for him, too. The assists are a good focus to look at. Braden McNabb, 28-year-old D-man. He's in his prime. 81 games played for McNabb. He missed only 1 in the regular season. He scored 4 goals, 12 assists, and 16 points all the way. I'd like the numbers to be a little higher, but they just weren't. John Merrill, the expansion guy they got from the New Jersey Devils, 27-year-older. 57 games played for him, 3 goals scored, 12 assists, 15 points. Merrill, who didn't play too much, had good numbers. And big Colin Miller, former King, played in 65 games this season, scoring 3 goals, 26 assists, and 29 points. The goals weren't there, but Colin Miller had a lot of assists, and that definitely helped. Expansion pick from the Capitals, Nate Schmidt, who comes in, 27-year-older with 61 games played, 9 goals scored, 21 assists, and 30 points. Did a great job playing for the Vegas Knights as well. Young D-man Jimmy Schultz, he was a rookie at 23. He played 1 game, and he got an assist in that 1 game, 1 point in the National Hockey League, which is a good start. Obviously, can't really judge on that. Shea Theodore, the Langley native, 79 games played for him, 12 goals, 25 assists, 35 points. I put the D-men also at a 3.0 because they've been hardworking D-men. They're really good at what they do, and their point totals, most of them have gone really up and excelled, which have been, of course, extremely surprising. We will go to the goaltending now. Look at the big star, ex-Penguin Marc-Andre Fleury. He played in 61 games this regular season, a stellar amount, started every 61 of them. He was 35-21, 5 of those going into overtime, 8 to a shootout, and the goal average 2.151 and .913, a good amount. And Fleury had it started rough, but he had a really great year this season, and it was something that showed that they were going to win between the pipes. Despite the tough goal he let up in overtime, he was a great goaltender. You look at backup Malcolm Subban, the 25-year-older, did not have a great amount of stats this year, playing in 21 games, starting 20 of them, going 8-10, a goalie average of 2.93, but a save percentage not too bad at 902, also going to a game in a shootout. For the goaltenders, I give it a 2.6. They played really well, but not exceptional in the playoffs, and very, very good, near exceptional in the regular season, but they didn't play at the stellar level you must to win around being up 3-1 in a series against the San Jose Sharks while losing 2 consecutive overtime games. You need to stop certain pucks at that point. Coaching, Gerard Gallant has done a really great job with what he does. He's an emotional coach, but he's also a player's coach, and he loves his guys, and he supports his guys. And he believes what he has is a great product, and he is right. So I give Gerard Gallant, with a young team being able to go to the playoffs in the first 2 years of the existence of a franchise, including a Stanley Cup final appearance, absolutely amazing. So, you know what? Because of the rough start, I'm going to give him a 3.3 because it started rough and they had some issues, but they were fulfilling what they could do to excel and win in the National Hockey League. You look at the management in George McPhee, the former general manager of the Washington Capitals. He led them to what they have. Yes, he's been making a few trades with the draft picks and such, and he had made a previous dreadful draft trade with the Erat trade. And we just got word from Columbus, Pasternak has scored, and it's 1-0 Bruins in Game 4. McPhee with the Erat trade, but McPhee has done a really great job with what he has now, draft picks and trades, one of the better general managers in the sport ever. So I love that. I love that from him. So I'm going to give him a 3.5. I think Gerard Gallant did a great job. You have a great team. You're going to risk the resources Mikhail Brandstrom's a great player, but if you can get a guy like Mark Stone, that's going to help in the long run for a bunch of playoff runs. What they'll do with their continued young players is going to have to be wait and seen. So when they're rebuilding and getting rid of their contracts, they're not in the doldrums for forever, and so they can escape the curse of the Florida Panthers, of a team that started well in their franchise and then just bottomed out in a non-traditional hockey market. But I think he'll do a great job. He's doing a great job. Overall GPA for the Vegas Golden Knights, I would give them a 2. I'll give them a 3.0. They did an excellent job getting back to the playoffs, but they were up 3-1 in a series that they outplayed the Sharks in and proceeded not to clean it up in San Jose and lose and then play 2 consecutive games. One where they were up 3-0, both playing in 2 consecutive games, 9 straight periods, which is insane, and not being able to win either of those games. So that's an issue of contention. The Vegas Golden Knights are going to have to improve. Next year, with contracts coming up, is their big year of reckoning to show that they are a truly incredible franchise that can stay the test of time forever and ever. And they're going to need to do that. I hope you guys enjoyed this. View, like, sub, everything that needs to be done. This video on the Vegas Golden Knights. Hopefully that was cool. Just tell me what you think. The next one we're going to be doing soon is, as there's still going to be teams that have not been in and that have not been eliminated. Before we do those eliminated teams, we have 2 more teams left: the Winnipeg Jets and the Washington Capitals. We will do the former Cup champs next, the Washington Capitals. Also, I did tell you that I was going to do the documentary of the 21st century of every team, but that'll be more an off-season thing. So I bide my time doing these grade videos. I will also be doing at some point. I will be doing redraft videos. I have a point of contention, a point that I believe that the first 4 picks, the first 4 drafts from your draft cannot be valued because the players aren't there. But the 5th draft can and behind that. So 2014 and every draft before that can be evaluated substantially, but not the drafts after that, the players. So do just the first round, of course, not trying to go crazy in that. So if you guys enjoyed it, anticipate the Washington Capitals video, and good night. Happy hockey, and I'll leave you with this. With 15 minutes left, the Bruins closing on a shot, save Bobrovsky, and it's still 1-0 Bruins. Good night. Happy hockey.